What's going on? Victor Adetiba with Master Tech Training Academy, back with another episode of IT Success Tips. This week I was asked to take a look at someone's resume, and one of the issues that I saw was an issue that I see a lot of people struggle with, and even I myself struggled with at one point in my career. And that is the fact that everyone has to remember this key phrase or this key piece of information, and that is that the riches are in the niches. The riches are in the niches. Now, when I was first starting my career and trying to transition into IT, and I had a short run in real estate and a few other areas as well, just because of the wide variety of work experiences I had had, my resume read like a smorgasbord of different careers. So I worked at Radio Shack for about 10 years as a sales associate. I worked at Texas Oil Exchange in Duncanville. I worked at Dairy Queen for a couple of years. I worked at Kroger for a few years. I worked as a real estate agent for a couple of years. I worked as a property management leasing agent for a few years. I worked as a property manager for a few years. I worked had a film and production company for over 10 years. So I had a lot of different experiences, and due to my inexperience, I would say, in the corporate world, I tried to fit all of those experiences onto my resume. Now, while that may sound good and it sounds like it gives a hiring manager or an employer a full gamut of the range of spectrum of your experiences, because that's what I was attempting to do. I was attempting to let them know I was multifaceted. I could do a lot of different things. Just give me a shot. Just give me an opportunity. Well, the problem is when you do that, the way it appears to most managers is that you are not a specialist. You are a generalist, and nobody wants to pay a jack of all trades to do a very specific job. Most people want the best person at this specific uh, job or career or task to do this task. They don't want someone that can do just about everything. Normally, when you do that, you're either trying to get the least expensive or cheapest rate on the work that you're doing, or you don't really care about the quality um, of the work that they're doing. But when you care about the quality and you don't mind spending extra for that quality, you're going to want to find someone that is a specialist and not a generalist. Think about it. Whenever you have a health issue or medical issue, normally when you go to your primary care physician or your doctor, they will refer you to a specialist. Like, hey, I can see that there's something wrong with your back or your neck or your shoulder or your breathing, but I am not a specialist in that area. Let me send you over to the specialist that can tell you specifically and run some specific tests on you and that particular issue. And so the same is true in corporate America. Normally, employers are looking for specialists with experience in that particular industry and that particular field and or doing that specific job. So as you're writing your resume, as you're crafting your narrative, as you're putting your LinkedIn profile together, try to find the common threads. Try to find those common themes that are weaved throughout your resume if you have a wide variety of experiences. For me, when I first got into IT, it was customer service. It was white glove service. It was the fact that, unlike a lot of people who are in the IT field traditionally, I had the ability to communicate well with my stakeholders or with the customers that we were serving in the help desk. And oftentimes in IT, that kind of nuanced skill can escape people. And so I leaned heavily on that in my early interviews, right? To the point that in some interviews, I would say, look, I'm not the most technical candidate that you're probably going to interview for this position, right? If you're looking for people who are experts in this specific technology, I can tell you now that's not going to be me. But where I will outshine anybody else that you do interview is that I am a people person. I love to communicate. I don't have an issue communicating, and I don't have an issue looking at or taking very complex technical issues and breaking them down and explaining them in layman terms or plain English to people who may not be as technical, right? And so being able to make that connection helped me get a leg up, break into the industry, and move up to the place that I'm at now. And so I would encourage you to also find that thread, find that common theme that's weaved throughout your resume and weave that into your narrative as you're speaking to recruiters or hiring managers. The other piece of advice that I would give you is that you want to make sure that you are using your connections and using the influence that you could have or should have built throughout your career. So, as you guys are using social media like Facebook and Instagram to make connections, you guys should also be leveraging the power of LinkedIn to also use those similar connections and reach out to your network and find other people who either have similar skill sets or are looking for someone with your particular skill set. So, don't be a generalist, become a specialist. If there's some sort of certification or course or training that you can take that aligns with that, take that training, display that prominently on your resume so that when you do start the application process, that stands out and also sets you a little bit above your competition and makes you a little bit more of a specialist as opposed to a generalist. Well, that's it for today. Again, Victor Adetiba with Manta Tech Training Academy. If you are looking to make a transition to a career working in Scrum as a Scrum Master, we've got a lot of resources at our disposal. If you want to get more information and find out what a Scrum Master is, go to whatisscrum.com. If you're looking to get educated and learn about the big three Scrum certifications, you can go to yourscrumcert.com and download a copy of our book that's going to help you choose between the Scrum Master certification so that you can start your career on that path. If you're looking for training, mentorship, guidance, we have an excellent program. You can go to academy.mantatech.com where you can get that guidance on your journey. If you're looking for certification, if you're looking for your SSM certification, that's your Safe Scrum Master certification, your Safe Agilist certification, or your POPM certification, you can go to safe.mantatech.com to get certified by one of our SAFE certified instructors. With that, I'm going to bid you adieu. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.